back for another little Assassin's Creed Odyssey options that have come up with regards to the standard options of with regards to the young lady Odessa, who is the namesake of it. But as you can see, we can either tell her to grow up, or you'll get there one day, or you can take the romantic option.
You look cute right now, as if nothing can get in your way.
I don't usually like being called cute.
But as you can see, she's kind of taken to it. So as you can see, as you start taking and responded to that particular phrasing that we use. Now as you can see, we do have a couple of others, so we can turn around and say, okay, you're ugly. We can say, you'll learn to, or we can say, I could use a different word, being a little bit more diplomatic. You'll learn to is being a little bit more forceful, so you can show that you're dominant. And okay, you're ugly, is just saying, well, it was a compliment, and if you want to be like that, well, you can be like that. So we're going to turn around and say,
in time, you'll learn to love all the things I have to tell you.
You seem so certain.
No, I've had lots of success in the past.
I'm sure you have.
So what do you think?
I think I was in a much poorer mood before now. There's just so much I desire. To be as great as Odysseus. Where do I even begin?
you say great is as great does. It's not, but what do you determine as great? And you can then turn around and say, well, I don't give advice. So, trying to prosper a friendship, I'm going to say is, in this case, great is
If you
as great
want
does.
Odysseus' greatness, you have to do it your own way. He was famous because of his cunning. What have you done?
I've traveled all the way here.
To see the ruins of Odysseus' life, not to live your own.
I should know better than to take advice from a mercenary. Leave me.
So as you can see, it ends with completion of this particular task. She's not too happy, but she's made her way back to the mainland. So we are on the island that was Odysseus' palace. Now obviously, as you guys would have seen in the previous, we've obviously run all the way around here. We've also completed, in the meantime, the Cave of Nymphs, which was where that other treasure chest was hiding. But as we get Icarus to fly up over the top of the island, you can now see quite a lot of it. So if we just enter into hover mode, as you can see, down this far end of the island, we haven't actually been down here yet, but we do have a wolf that is lurking about. We've obviously been in and around here because obviously that's where we are at the moment. This is Odysseus' palace. We have, where is it? The Cave of the Nymphs is just here. And we're pretty much back to that little cove where we started. And as you can see, as we make our way all the way down, there is a question mark just down here, about 430 odd meters or so, of where there is another little bandit camp. Now I did see, while we were moving about, this little house just here, there doesn't appear to be anything or anyone here. There are a couple of pigs, however. I can hear someone, I just can't find them. So I'm assuming that there is someone around here somewhere. So as you can see, there is a path all the way up. Excuse me, a very, very long week. Days, even. So, as you can see, making our way over to this little shelter. No question marks, there doesn't appear to be anyone or anything around. So we are going to have a little look at this particular little space, so we are just going to put a marker on it, as you can see. Just here. And that's about 97 odd meters from us, according to the wayfinder. But as we know, it is somewhere off towards the right hand side from where we were going to go to that little question mark. But as you can now see, it is about 450 odd meters or so. So we do have the option of running all the way there. Ferries. Grabbing some additional bits and pieces on the way. So we're going to be looking for things like wood, stone, gems. We will know if we come across any wolves, because we'll hear them. And obviously being level 7 at the moment, while pretty much everything else is at level 6, is extremely handy. So as you can hear, more sheep. Ah, the wolf, who is right round that far side. So, while he disappears around that far side, obviously looking for an easy meal. Here we go. Yuma was his pig farm. So, can we talk to anyone in here? No. There are a couple of items here. As you can see, instead of having a white dot over them, they have an orange dot, which means we can steal. But obviously, little actions like that are going to look at raising up your bounty. So you do need to be careful. I don't particularly want to go out my way to kill people. And there you can see Melantios' goat farm. It's the, as you can hear, items. And as you can see, there's one guy, he's sort of looking around, he's like, oh, what are you doing here? So we are just going to very quickly have and chat. Sometimes doing this, especially if you draw attention to yourself, will bring people to draw weapons, as I'm sure you would have seen by now. And that sounds like a wolf. And obviously, they don't deserve to be mangled by a wolf. So we are going to deal with that. Obviously, they have stuff, but I have absolutely no idea where they've gone. They're not even in the house. There she is. No, he is dead. You don't have to worry. So a couple of items, half inch. And as we move around, as you can see, we still have that question mark. Everything on that little top radar that is literally coming up for this particular island, apart from that particular little question mark, has now been done. As you can see, we have that little shield. Ooh, gems. And the Oralchium ore, which is something that you guys will need to look out for later on in the game. It's something that we haven't come across yet. But as you can see, we now have what that little question mark was, and it is a bandit camp. So, loot the treasure, kill the bandit leader. As you can see, our view can't go that far. So, just going to pick on Icarus for a second, identify all the items. Now, I think I just heard a wolf, so I'm just going to have a quick No, that's a sheep. Yes, I did. There is a wolf who, unfortunately, we are looking like we're going to have to take out before we do anything with regards to the bandit camp. Because these guys do have a sneaky little nasty habit. Oh, there's something else just there. That we will double check in a moment. They have a sneaky and nasty little habit of either appearing when you don't want them to, or actually creeping up behind you and attacking while you're in the middle of an attack. So as you can see, we have 3 guys, 1 wolf, who actually appears to be making his way towards us. So,
I should watch my step around here.
as we both come towards the top of the hill, I'm going to ready my bow. Now, as you can see, we are above him. I don't even know if he knows we're here. No, he doesn't. And a clean kill. So, before we get on with finding out what that last little bit is, so as you can see, some very fast fingers there using that bow. Just make sure we actually backtrack over the way that they fell. And the main reason for that, and it's something that you guys will learn to do as you go through playing the game, is so you actually make sure you pick up your arrows. And it's a really, really handy trick that can be learned extremely easy from playing things like Assassin's Creed 3, where you play as Connor Hakerton, or Connor as he gets nicknamed. So, there we go, completion of the bandit camp on this little side island. And now, finally and lastly, the last little step before we head back to the mainland is to find out what this little area down here was. And as you can see, it's nothing really majorly important. However, it was indicating through the ship. So, I'm going to jump on the ship and sail around the area not available, so we do have to be careful. See if we can stick it around this outcrop and get back in, because the last thing I want to be doing is actually going out too far and not actually heading to where we need to be. So, as we head through, as you can see, this is literally, let's just zoom in, where we are, on top of Ithaca. So obviously this is where we came across. So we've done Odysseus' palace, we've done the obvious shipwreck on the way across, cave in the nymphs, and the bandit camp. We picked the ship up, so we actually have to come quite a long way, all the way down to the ship dock, and as you can see, then we have to go all the way up and deliver Penelope's shroud to Elpenor. So, I know we've covered this before, but just to give you guys a quick refresh. Once you're on the boat, obviously pressing forwards on the D-pad, sorry, on the control stick will obviously guide you. But as you can see, she takes a different position, or should be taking a different position, for R2, which is actually supposed to allow you to speed up. But as you can see, there is really no difference with this particular boat in regards to speed. Obviously, L2 is bring out her bow while you're pressing forward. L1 isn't going to actually do anything, but as you guys can see, what it is going to do is just leave her in that particular stance. So there is no speed way of being able to do this, although this is 400 years before Assassin's Creed Origins, which is the furthest we've come through in history. There was a speed option, but there isn't here. So unfortunately, guys, you guys will have to make do with that. So we don't have any unfortunate speedy way of getting around. It's just one constant speed. So there we go. Dismantle. Get off even. So now we need to give this 2LP. Now, as you can see on the mini-map and on the actual map itself, we have a few items highlighted that are, one is definitely going to get pinched.
Sorted out your drachmi troubles with Marcos, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Sorted out your drachmi troubles with
So
Marcos,
as you
did
can
you?
see, this is Juris, who was hiding a weapon. So we've confiscated that weapon. And as you can see, back to the blacksmith.
A customer.
And as you can see, a huge stack of items. So, first things first. As you can see, it's pretty easy to sell weapons. You can get through these, as you guys can see, at an extreme rate. It does help building up your level before you obviously have your upgrades looked at. Obviously all of this stuff you can also look at getting rid of if you don't want to keep hold of it. And all you need to do to get rid of this, if you want to keep all your weapons and your armors, is just literally hit the sell all trade goods. Gives you a total of 332 in regards to what I've just had, and that goes straight into my bank. As you guys would have seen, we have, with regards to all of our weapons, put some additional encoding with regards with regards to using some engraving, which is a brand new option for the game. Something we didn't have the option of doing in Assassin's Creed Origins, but as you can see, gives additional benefits, as we indicated previously, with regards to actually doing it. So obviously, if we go into the option, here you can see the weapon, select said weapon, and you can see you can actually add, depending on the weapon, a series of additional benefits, or you can add one specific huge benefit. It just depends on what you want to do. But for the time being, we are now level 7, and as you can see, most of our equipment is level 5. So we're going to upgrade our sword. We are going to up our torso, our waist, and our legs. So that is all of that upgraded to level 7. But as you guys can see, we are extremely close to level 8.
Come
Which
back
means-
anytime.
More than likely within this video, once we have been to see if there are any additional missions just here. Nope. So as you can see, a nearby quest has flashed up. So hitting the option button will either take you directly in, or will actually show the nearby quest. So where do we need to go? We need to go a particular way. Why are you falling as if we're in danger? Yeah, it's a dog. It's like a soldier. The rooster. The goat. That's another dog. And you'll catch these dogs everywhere. They're actually... That's a hound. They did a hound. Still a type of dog. These are actually supposed to fight off and ward off against wolves and other predators. Because I am kind of anticipating that, considering how big this map is, as you can see, it is pretty sizable. So we have Kefalonia just here. We have Elis, Archaea, Carinthia, Arcadia, Messina, Laconia, Argolis. Then we have Attica, Boeotia, Phocis, Lorcus, Maltz, Macedonia, Dasor, Euboea, and Skyros, Demos, and Andros. And obviously all the little islands in between: Hydrea, Melos, Seraphos, Chios, Debos, Mykonos, Paros, Naxos, Kos, Nisros, Anafi, Tira, Masara, and Kithra Island, which is right down here at the bottom. So, a lot of islands, quite a huge map itself compared to the map on Assassin's Creed Origins, which was the largest by far. This map is definitely a lot bigger than that. So, we need to return to Elpenor to complete this particular mission. So, where are we going? According to this, 41 meters this way. So, here we go. At the Temple of Zeus. To Elpenor.
Cassandra? Good news, I hope.
Safe and sound.
Well done. And now the shroud is yours.
You don't want it? After all that?
I gained something more valuable today. For your troubles, Misthios.
If I knew
bag full
any
of
better,
brains.
I'd think you were testing me.
Perhaps.
Wow. Perhaps. And now a new mission.
You did well, Misthios. Tell me, how do you feel about killing a general in Megaris? Do this for me and earn double what you earned today. Are you up to the task? It would take you far away from Kefalonia. So far away you might never return.
So now, military ranks mean nothing to me, or I am a Mistios, not an assassin.
Generals bleed like anyone else.
Good.
Which is true.
What do you say?
Who is this general?
They call him the Wolf.
He'd do something to offend you?
Yes, he's costing me drachmi. He's not good for business.
Okay.
Why me?
Because no one knows who you are. You're invisible.
Okay. I'll take that.
Anything I should know about Megaris?
Only that it's the most valuable land in the Greek world. From a military perspective, of course. Unfortunately for Megarians, it has two very powerful neighbors who just can't seem to play nice. In the tug of war between Corinth and Athens, Megaris is the rope.
I accept.
Splendid. You'll need a boat. You have one, don't you?
If I had a boat, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
A shame. It's too far of a swim, I'm afraid. Even for you.
I'll find one.
Good. I hope it's sturdy.
And why is that?
The seas are much more dangerous, I'm afraid. War is coming, and the wolf is on the wrong side.
A little bit more information about the wolf.
War? With who?
The entire Greek world is at each other's throats. What rock have you been hiding under exactly?
Kefalonia. And how do I know you're on the right side?
Because I'm the one paying you.
Good point. That is a really good point.
You won't be disappointed.
When your job in Megaris is done, come find me at Pilgrim's Landing in Phokis.
And as you can see, new engraving options unlocked, a huge stack of experience, and a level up. So, guys, we have an ability point to use. We have a brand new quest. And we have...
I need a boat. I should go see the shipbuilder.
Anything new on here? Nope. So, to the shipbuilders via the blacksmith, because keeping our equipment as up to date, as upgraded as possible, isn't just important, it actually makes certain aspects of your game easier. And we're not buying, we are upgrading. So always try and pick up as much as possible, because there will come a time when you will need to do an upgrade and you either won't have the coin for it or you won't have the goods. Now I have actually a second saved game, and I will show you how far I've got in that in a minute. And finally our legs. So,
If I can help
everything
you again,
upgraded.
let me know.
We have a mercenary just here. So, we talk to the shipbuilders. We're going to do that in a minute. But as I said, we do have, if we just hit up options, and we hit into load, as you can see, we have auto save 1, 5, 4, 3, and 2. But we also have a manual save 1 and 2. So as you can see, for where we are at the moment, for the YouTube channel, as I run through this very slowly and methodically, giving you guys options, trying to engage with you guys, what this means is we're going to come up across certain sections and we'll give you guys an option. So for example, it'll be, we've earned several ability points in this episode. What do you want one of them to go to? Do you want it to go to this or that? Because there are 3 different tiers that we can actually go through. As you can see, we have spent getting back to where we were 2.5 hours, where it took us nearly 3 to 4 hours to get through this first time. However, with my own personal game, as you can see, I am a lot higher in level. I'm actually 10 levels higher. We are in Attica and there's so much to do that I'm not going to go into right at this moment, because it's something I want to take you guys on a journey through. So me going ahead of the game, for example, is me being able to see what's coming, anticipate what's coming, being able to plan what and how we're going to do this. So, and it also gives me the option of making sure that the game doesn't actually stall out, or if there is an area of a particular mission that falls out, we can look at ending on that point as we enter that and then coming back to it as we finish it, for example. So, going back to our options, as you can see, the inventory is fully stacked. In our browse bag option, we have a couple of items, and those we will definitely be going into later. As you can see, we have our quiver, and as you can see, we have our pull. We also have the hood. So as you can see, this is the Shroud of Penelope. It does come in as a level 7 piece of headwear. It provides 30 armor, it's 16 down from where we currently are. But if we equip it, it looks identical to the red one. Almost. A slight variation of the red one, but nonetheless, it's not that far off. In the same as the cover of Dusk. It's the same shape, the way it molds around the head and sweeps down, like most assassin's hoods do. It does mean that we don't have something like this, or like this, poking out when we try and actually creep through the underbrush, because the last thing you want is a peacock's tail hanging out the underbrush when you're trying to sneak through it. So, with that being said, we have our warrior abilities. As you can see, we have just here our venomous attacks, so we can take poison arrows if we need to. We have our shadow assassin ability, which allows us, as you guys can see, if we press L3 to knock out an assassin, if we're crouched, triangle to assassinate. We also have the revelation, which you've seen in effect through this video. We have a predator shot that we haven't actually used as of yet, because we've not needed to, and our arrow master ability. This will next give us an option to upgrade from paralyzing fire and poison to explosive arrow tips at level 16. So we've definitely got another 8 levels to go before we can do that. But we also have options of spread shot, multi-shot, devastating shots, and what was this? The Sixth Sense, which basically slows down time for 5 seconds when we get spotted. We have on the assassin option Vanish, which allows us to use smoke bombs, poison mastery, and rush assassinations, which means we can lurch with the spear of Leonidas at distance enemy to deal 100% assassin damage up close, can be chained 1 time. And then we have our warrior options: charged heavy attack, Sparta kick. As you can see, most of these come from a sneak up. We have the bull rush, which is where we dive back and then obviously shoot forwards, which we saw right at the start of the game. Our second wind, which is live to fight on, refills 25% of max health. And our weapons master: keep those weapons clean and sharp, increase warrior damage by 20%. And then we have a shield breaker, which is where, as you can see, we can take, in this particular scenario, break small shields and deal 150% warrior damage. And as you can see from that little cinematic, he ends up actually ripping the shield off of the guy, hitting him with it, throwing it away, and then killing him. So definitely plenty of options to go through. And as you can see down the bottom here, these are pretty much our given options that we're going to have access to 24/7. Meditation using the touchpad, holding down to summon Phobos, holding up to raise the Eyes of Icaros. So synchronize 24 more viewpoints for the next upgrade. Assassination, which is our main option. A Leap of Faith. Whistle, which is a baseline ability. Man at Arms, which is obviously equip a second weapon from the inventory menu and swap between them. Requires level 15. In defensive maneuvers. So those are all of our baseline options. So, as you see the dogs prowling around, we need to speak with the shipbuilders now that we've upgraded all of our weapons and our armour to level 8, so it's the same level we have. So let's have a quick look. Quick talk with the shipbuilders.
It's a fine ship, Telimenes.
Cassandra! She is that. Ready to ride the waves for the right captain and the right price.
So,
What'll it take for you to part with her?
Couldn't let her go for less than 100,000.
100,000?
100,000
Who has
drachmae.
that much?
Someone who's serious about buying a ship. You think craftsmanship like this is given away?
Or taken.
What if I told you I had obsidian to trade?
I tell you I still need 100,000 drachmae. Besides, even if I took your obsidian, a ship this size needs an army to sail it.
This is Kefalonia. I could always find someone down on their luck and willing to work for next to nothing to get off this island.
The seas are treacherous now. Well, more than usual. It would be suicide.
You're not being very helpful, Telimenes.
Not sure if this helps, but rumor has it the Cyclops is coming for you and Marcos.
Rumors don't scare me, or that doesn't help.
Rumors mean nothing. Don't believe everything you hear.
Rumor also has it his ship is docked in Kleptus Bay.
His ship, you say? I'll have to pay Kleptus Bay a visit.
Be careful. That one-eyed brute has a nasty temper.
So,
So I can take his ship and deal with the Cyclops at the same time. Two birds, one stone.
and that is 785 meters in that direction. So as you can see, we still have that little question mark on, obviously, Kefalonia, which is indicating a question mark, which is more than likely something that we have or haven't yet been to, more than likely haven't yet. So as we get Cassandra out towards the outskirts of Sami, cutting down a lot of this distance. And more goats and sheep. So there's something nearby that Icarus is warning us about. Plenty of sheep. That's another warning, so there's definitely something up here. And as you can see, as we make our way up, we're obviously not as high as what Zeus is, but we do have a particular mission over in that direction. That is one of the viewpoints from here. There doesn't appear to be much over here that we haven't done and or seen. But as we make our way around, there's an abandoned house. We've been down there. Katimene Beach is just there, and I think that's actually, no, Kleptus Bay is where we're going. So that's where we have something to do. We have obviously just here, and that is actually where we're heading. So we're going to take that off because we can. Where did that go? Abandoned house? No. Where is it? Just there. We can actually come down here and actually come along, although it seems quite a far away to do it, the coastline, it's going to be beneficial. We do have a couple of question marks over here, so we are going to be hitting these up, obviously, before we get all the way down here. But it does also mean that we can actually do pretty much all of this in a great big U, and make sure that we get as much done here to make sure that our level is as high as possible before we actually start heading away from Kefalonia, and where things seem to be to our first question mark. We have 78 meters to go to that question mark, and 315 to go to that one over on that far side. That being said, I am just going to try. This is the Temple of Zeus. For some reason it's actually trying to indicate that we need to stay high. So what we're going to do is we are going to make our way up. I'm kind of glad I did. So we hold L3, kill the alpha animal. This is actually a wolf den by the looks of it. And the reason I say that is we have a human there, we have a wolf just there, and we have the king animal just here. So that is the one that we're going to be after. It is currently level 6. So this one, if we can get a headshot, I'm going to take that out. As you can see, he has a huge stack of health. A headshot would have been nice. Just like that. And as you can see, that wolf is still heading down towards that woman. So, be very quick. Right, we looks like we've got everything. I do hear a couple of tinks. Can you see them? I can let it see. We have a couple just here. And as you can see, that wolf is starting to try and make a beeline. Now at the moment, it's not yet done anything. Okay, and that wolf isn't a wolf, that wolf's actually a dog. Okay, well that's a little bit more handier than normal. Where are you, Icarus? Will you ID that dog? Yeah, that is definitely a dog. So that's actually quite handy. We don't have to go and worry about trying to save that woman. As you can see, we have a little shipyard, or shipwreck, I should say. There's actually a couple of them down here. We actually have another one just here. Oh, I know where we are. And as you can see, this is all now completed. Kitamene Beach is that way. So, definitely quite a few items to do. I'm going to head down here first. See if we can actually get as much as possible. But unfortunately there doesn't appear to actually be a lot. There is a guard. So a quick assassination. Obviously we would have, with one of our abilities, looted him already. And now I'm looking for the chest, and see it? Oh, there it is. That'd be why I can't see it. This is the location. So there we go. There is our chest. There is the boat. So very quickly, half-inch this boat. Where were we heading? We were going to head over here. Area not valuable. Well, tough luck. So as you can see,
I'd be a fool to take this boat into deeper water.
unstable without having a mast on it. You guys will see why I bought this here. So it just makes things a little bit easier as you jump off. Pull in Ikaru. And I'm actually looking. Like the chest is literally just here. That is what I was looking for, because I knew there were going to be some around here. And that, believe it or not, is a shark. And there is a second one. There is actually one more. Where is he? One, two, there we go, 2, 3. So we have all 3, as you can see. Not the easiest to actually try and get. This is the main reason why it's always good to keep your weapons, if you can, upgraded, because we can still come down here and we now know that there's only one shark. And it does look like our body's just literally drifted away. We're not going to get anything in regards to it. Let's have a quick look, see if we can find this one. Here, this one is. And as you can see, soft leather, shark fin. Not a lot. And obviously, here is Mr. Second Shark, but definitely not hanging about. Grab some air. Shoot back down. Loot everything. And literally get the fraggle out of here. Soft leather, raw meat, shark fin. There isn't anything else down here, so we're definitely not going to be hanging about. And now to head back to dry land. While we do that, I'm just going to open the window. It's getting really warm in here. So as you can see, we are back towards shore and crashing the boat. Thank you. I enjoyed that. Absolutely fantastic. So Ooh, tree. As you see, something was going on here. We don't really know what was going on, but as you can see, no option for investigation. And if we just do a quick pulse, then there is still nothing. So that being said, let's have a quick look to see if we have got anywhere else to go apart from the main story arc. So it always helps holding R2 when using Icarus, just to get him that little bit higher, because obviously the higher he is, the more of the islands you see. The more of the islands you see, the more you can see what you've got to do. So, do we have anything down here? No, and that's pretty much where we came from. We do have just Kitamene Beach that we have obviously been to before, and we've obviously been down this far because we had to save Phoebe earlier in the storyline. So, we have, as you can see, an eagle point, question mark. We have a mission, we have a point that we have to reach, and we also have another point at the top here that we have to reach. For the rest of the island, if we have a quick little looky, especially down this side of the coast, we've done the two options here. There is someone we will need to go and talk to in a little while, if we can find them. And having a quick look around, we've obviously been to just there, because that is the village of Chaos House. So we've already been there. We have the Wolf Cavern, so we've already been here, and so we are going to definitely need to do those. But with regards to everything else around here, I think that is pretty much everything that we actually needed to do here on Kefalonia. Obviously everything on Ithaca's been completed. So, before we finally make our way down and complete this series of the big breaks, which is deal with the Cyclops to get a ship. The Cyclops has returned to Kefalonia. Rumour has it that it's docked in the centre of the Pronoi Peninsula, and find him in Kleptus Bay. So before we do obviously all of that, as you can see, there is something that I obviously had not picked up that Icarus has. And that is just here, there is a chest. Which is not very far from where we are. And obviously, a question mark. So, jumping back from Icarus to have a little look at, obviously, wrong button. Let's have a look. What is around? That's all done. There's a viewpoint 369 meters that way, which is out towards the mission that we need to go and do. But everything else that you can see has been done. And that's because that little radar at the top won't obviously give you guys everything. So, you need to be careful when selecting that you keep an eye on which target you are following, otherwise you will end up running around in circles. And the reason I will tell you that right here, right now, is because it is extremely easy to do. So just here we have what looks like another cave entrance, the Cave of Pepis. And as you can see, one treasure is starting to make their way down. There's a couple of treasures just here, but as you can see, we do have to dive underwater. So, As we make our way down over the precipice, a quick animus pulse. We know we're heading to here. As you can see, a lot of little white dots about around the chest that we have now grabbed hold of. A quick animus pulse allows us to see that there isn't anything else here. So let's make our way out. And sometimes it's just easier to swim around in a circle. So as we make our way out of the cave, aiming to get Cassandra up to the surface. So as you can see, just making it in time. And that is another chest completed. Another chest that we don't need to worry about trying to get hold of at a later point. So, come on. Can you run? So, that now leaves one main direction for us to now go in, which is why we are getting Icarus up this high, because I know just there that was what I was looking for, and it wouldn't surprise me if there's a few others dotted around the landscape. Now, having a very quick scan, I don't see any others, which means we could be quite safe in regards to completing our next step of the mission, which is actually heading here. But obviously these are going to be highlighted because we're going to hit them on the way to this one. But you guys will remember, we have just here a mission, and believe it or not, this is where this actually becomes fantastic, because as long as you are up high, or you can get Icarus to a certain height, and you can lock onto, as you can see Icarus has done, the Lightning Zeus I was going to say model, but it's not, statue, emblem, however you want to deem it, and you hit and you hold that square button, as you can see, it takes you into a new option. But it's a new option for an old option, if that makes any sense to you guys. Guys that have already played this, that have already played Assassin's Creed, or any of the Assassin's Creed games, will know about the fast travel option. Fast travel option is one of those things that, yes, it does cut you back to a cutscene, going in and out of the game itself, but it makes things that a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. Covers a lot of distance that you would spend anywhere up to an hour and a half, 2 hours running over. Now, to get from where we were, which was actually pretty close, we're 884 meters. We were only like a few hundred before, but we do need to get down. And a little bit of deja vu as we repeat the second, or repeat what was the first leap of faith that we actually had in this game. So, looking to try and complete everything with regards to Kefalonia. If you guys are enjoying this, please make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel. I know we're an hour in and it's a little bit late to be saying that, but it has to be said. But the main reason we're actually coming here, and you guys even might even recognize this, and you guys will definitely recognize someone that we're going to talk to in a moment.
Misthios, fresh vegetables for your journey, the juiciest in Kefalonia.
I'm not really in the market for vegetables.
No one is. Our stock is practically decomposing.
We're trying to make enough Rachmi to get out of Kefalonia. It's about time we moved on.
I know what you mean.
Wait. Creosa. You think she could help us?
I think she could.
You'll have to tell me what it is first.
Are you scared of sharks, Misthios?
I'm not scared of anything.
That makes one of us. A very hungry one swims in our way of leaving Kefalonia.
A shark?
He guards a precious necklace. We get it, sell it, and leave Kefalonia. The old bandit who found it first buried the necklace on the shore, near a temple.
And the fool didn't think. Water rises. Now the necklace may as well belong to the shark. Vegetable drachme is all right, but necklace drachme is best.
I know what it's like to want to leave Kefalonia.
Who wouldn't? We have nothing here. As many vegetables as we please, but no hope.
It's buried in a chest. If you get it for us, we'll take what we need to get out, and you can keep the rest.
It's not this necklace, is it? I found it in the ruins of Krani.
That's it? That's Procris's necklace. We can finally leave. No more vegetables.
We'll have a new life. One far from our past.
I know what that's like. Good luck.
So we've still got 312 drachmi out of it. So Shark the Vagrant quest completed before we'd actually even picked it up.
We owe you everything.
So, as you can see, over 1,000 meters now to go to our next point. And unfortunately, no use of the fast travel option. And the main reason for that is because we haven't actually got that second eagle view yet. So, quick call in the phobos, and as you can see, we're making our way across, and that was a wolf. I don't know where he was, but that was a wolf. There he is. So as you can see, one hit and he was dealt with. That's why it's always handy. Here we go. Into one. And that's why it's always handy, as I was saying, so I was so rudely interrupted. Why it's beneficial to keep your weapons and your armour up to date with your skill level. Now, yes, we are heading down here instead of going across the top, because it's just easier and quicker this way. And it also gives, as you guys can see, the opportunity of picking up some more wood. I think this is the right way. We know that there was a wolf or two up this road. As you can see, heading towards that question mark. But, more importantly, we want to be heading up the other side of this mountain. Because as you can see, we're not that far now from our mission, the next point, and also that next eagle point, which is right up the top of here. Which means we do need to obviously get down. But as you can see, we do have a few guards down here. So
Let's go.
getting down is going to be the easy bit. Getting through alive could be even easier. as you see, 4, 5 guards. We know we have a strong bow arm. So what we're going to need to do is find a good vantage point. So as you can see, still a little bit too far out. Definitely not making it easy for them. No, don't want that, we want that. So, as you can see, just in range.
Oh no, I'm going to see if that hurt. Into cover! I know where the archer is!
I don't care if you know where the archer is. So, all of them dealt with. Making this road definitely a lot more safer to travel. And as you can see, picking up our arrows and a few additional items as we come through. Is there anything that they have that we can half inch? No. But nonetheless, that is a very good point.
Off we go now.
Phobos, we're going to need your speed, my friend. Because as you can see, making our way up to the Star Observatory, you will hear, momentarily,
Ella.
somewhere along here. We did see him earlier.
The Cyclops. Time to have a little chat.
So we have the Cyclops, obviously, and some of his warriors. We have a treasure chest. So we're definitely going to be looking to take that. Star Observatory. But the last thing we are looking for is you. Quite literally. Now that does not look like a sheep. But it is. So down this side we have nothing of any major concern apart from a couple of wolves. And are they close enough for us to see? Well, that one is.
Let's go. Yeah!
Oh wow, and there's one just there. So taking us off of our horse as we fall down the mountain. So Phobos is deciding that he's not going to be having any of that and has decided to do a run after the time being. And he's like, who's shooting at me? So, that's the wolves dealt with here. As you can see, we do have some birds, some vultures. And what do we get? We got our arrow back, and that's about it. And as you can see, Tyrene's coming in off the coast. As we make our way back up the mountain, finally to the Sky Observatory. Cassandra, thank you. So as we make our way up, finally, come on, Cassandra, don't stop there. Fine, thank you. Yikes. So as you can see, the last viewpoint for Kefalonia, there's only the two. The tip of Zeus's spark. Not quite sure what you call it. Thunderbolt. That's the word I was looking for. And obviously the Star Observatory. So we have, as you guys can see, a little old wolf down here who is going to make things slightly more interesting for us. Actually, it looks like there's a couple. So, Kleptus Bay, we are finally here. So that's a wolf taken care of. Now what we need to do
I don't want to be spotted here.
is have Icarus do us a solid and tell us where everything that we need to know is. As you guys can see, there's quite a lot of different icons that are flashing up. So we've got a prisoner just there, a couple of hits on some rather nasty looking people just there, an entranceway just there, and I think that is all of them. Can't be 100% certain, although it does look like there's some Menelios thug that's going absolutely nuts just here. So, picking up a few more, and a gift. And that sounds like a wolf. So a possible dog somewhere. So, as we make our way on to the first set of rooftops, trying to find an easy way down. Cassandra has decided that we're definitely not jumping that far, because there is someone here that she was deciding she was going to knock off with an arrow. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely up for getting a few additional bits and pieces, but also trying to keep my arrows stashed. So, I'm going to dump this guy behind here. See about, find out where a few more people are. seeing if we can get through as quietly as possible. As you can see, there's a guy just here.
This used to be a nice village, but now it's just a nest of anarchy and crime.
Right, go.
You are truly a hero.
Don't come back.